right. Well, you guys are entering the year number 2 and you've coached DeBoer and you're heading into week 2 of fall camp. Is there a different vibe or a different feeling compared to last year's fall camp?
I would say it's more of we're doing a better job and understand what we're trying to do as a team. Coach DeBoer has relentlessly told us and really made emphasis on being unbreakable. Through this fall camp, we have really been talking about being metal, which is, not being breakable, really being tough no matter what the situation is, the bumps and bruises, really just playing the next play as best as we can. And, Coach DeBoer has done a really good job to us leaders and taking that role and seeing what we can do to help the younger guys and, just bring the team together.
Even though you guys haven't played a game yet, there's a lot of talk about this offensive line and the potential it could have. What do you think that potential could be?
We have a lot of great guys, young guys, older guys alike. We've done a really good job in emphasizing in our room to be a really dominant O-line. No matter who's in, they're doing their jobs to the best of their ability and to just dominate no matter what the situation, the next play, and, just getting the job done.
How do you feel personally heading into into the fall camp last week? How are you feeling mentally, physically, and what the training you did in the off season?
I feel great. Coach DeBoer, Coach Grubb, and Coach Cap has done a really good job with us. Just really taking that next step. For me as a leader, I know that there was a lot that I wanted to work on, and Coach Cap has made that very very easy to handle going into camp because we have an idea of what the team and as an individual group to work on and just get better at.
As an older guy on the team, is there maybe a newcomer or a freshman that's really stood out to you?
Michael Carroll, Mal Waldrop, and Jackson Lloyd, they have done a really good job at just, letting us take them to the next level. It's hard for a young guy to come in and really prove himself, and I think they did a really good job at just doing that. Proving themselves every day, coming to work, and I'm pretty sure there's a lot of other young guys that are doing the same thing in different rooms, but those are the guys that stand out to me.
This is the last one for me. The offensive line, you guys are a big group of human beings. I asked you this too. Who is maybe the funniest guy on the line, and who maybe, no matter what the situation is, you guys could be in the heat of the grind, always has a smile on their face or just cracking some jokes?
Wilkin Formby, he brings a bright light to the room, no matter the situation. He kind of just brings us to a sense of calmness, and a lot of the guys on the team are pretty funny. On the old line are pretty funny. We're just the big group that tries to get the job done, but he brings the laughter to the group.
And that's it for me, Jaeden. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am.
So Parker has talked about wanting to win the Joe Moore. What would that mean to you guys to be able to accomplish that, especially with the unit you have this year?
Oh man, that means so much because that's what every old line strives to work for. Especially our group, we're striving to be the great ones that got the job done, and no matter what the situation was, we did what we had to do for the team, and we accomplished our goal.
What kind of a boost has he been for you guys as a group?
Man, he has been an unbelievable leader, not only for the O-line group, but as for the team. He has taken the team under his wing as his family, and we feel the same way. Parker has done a tremendous job just being a brother to everybody. He has done an extremely well job at being a leader on and off the field. He just graduated, which I'm very proud of him for, because I graduated at the same time last fall camp, and it's just great to see him strive and make these accomplishments.
For you going into last year, you were one of the players that made big strides. What are some of the strides that you've made from last year to this year in ways that you've improved?
Just working on my technique and, just trying to be a better leader. I know I could have done a better job last year, but, I was still trying to learn just for myself and, how can I teach the younger guys and teach the guys that are around me on the O-line, just taking those strides and, trying to make it better for myself. I'm getting more comfortable in the leader position, and just overall just being a good football player, taking next steps.
So what have the first few days of fall camp been like in that respect?
Just understand who we are as individuals and as a team, for me, it's been just understanding like how can I truly be a good leader. You know what I mean? Like for example, T Book, you know, he was a great leader, and you know, every time that he had the chance to speak his mind and you know really be a dominant player, you know, he did, and that's what I'm trying to get to as well.
So, when it comes to this fall, what are some of the things that you want to do individually and that you're most looking forward to once the season starts August 30th?
Man, just being dominant and being relentless. Going into the season, I want to be that guy that, you know, whoever's in front of me, they fear what's coming ahead, and you know, I just want to be a relentless player no matter what.
When you said you could have done a better job last year, what did you maybe mean by that?
Just understanding like for myself and like how can I involve myself more with the guys around me. You know what I mean? Just being that guy to for others to lean on. I've always been a guy that, you know, checks on others and, you know, making sure that everything's good within the team. You know, making the morale really respectable and really something to be cherished, because I really love these guys to death, and I just want to make that more apparent this season.
They don't call you Hulk for no reason. Talk about how it's going in the weight room, maybe where some of your power numbers are at.
Oh man, you know, I love the gym. I love the weight room. That's somewhere that I truly can express myself. I am one of the strongest guys, I would say, in my opinion. You know, and just with some of the power numbers, I did 900 on squat, and a lot of people have been talking about it on social media, on the team. It does, I mean, you just hear it all around, and you know, just with the power numbers, you know, I strive every day to, you know, show my strength and, you know, make that very apparent. With bench, no matter what the workout is, you know, Coach Ballou, he can tell you himself, like, I take that very personal. You know, that's something that I strive to make better and better every day.